because it actually states that we can have an experience or a sensory illusion, and life is a very persistent illusion from sensory input anyway. We can put a holographic insertion into the experience of people, and we could even on a major scale fake an attack, either a human attack or an ET attack. Anything from your source or if your sources or witnesses or testimonies relating to this, well, so to speak, prophecy from Werner von Braun at his deathbed?
Yes, that prophecy has been around for some time. It's a contingency. It's one of those possibilities that I believe has been set up behind the scenes so that the controllers, if they thought that they could pull it off, that they would do it. I think, however, the important thing here is to understand that from the perspective of national security makers or those that have been briefed about the extraterrestrial question, the important thing is to maintain enough secrecy and enough public support so they can continue to fund a lot of their secret programs. Because the big question in the ET issue is that in the United States, at least, the estimates are that roughly $1.7 trillion a year is secretly raised and spent on all of these projects that directly deal with the extraterrestrial presence. None of that money comes from the US Congress, because Congress's money goes to the Pentagon, and that's all accounted for. The Congress, the General Accounting Office, and all of that. They monitor all of the money. So if you think about it, well, where does the money come to fund all of the underground secret bases, dealing with extraterrestrial life, the secret space fleet, and all of those things? It comes from this secretly funded black project. And the thing would be for those in the national security system to ensure that black budget is maintained in the future, that as it moves from, say, the black world into the white world, that people now accept that, we need to have this enormous amount of money spent on defense when it comes to ETs, and the key here will be that, it's not because we have to have a war with them, but because we can't trust them. And I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the emphasis from the officials, public officials, is that, extraterrestrials are real, yes, but we can't trust them. They're doing all of these things that we find very threatening or can be threatening, and so we need to have this enormous financial support of a secret military program so that we are armed and ready in case we ever have to have a war with extraterrestrials.
Okay, so that in your view that would be scenery for a false flag event as a threat we would be able to prepare for. But then again, am I right that in your work and in your latest book, exposing U.S. government policies on extraterrestrial life, you also do not say specifically that all extraterrestrials are benevolent? Am I right? Because there's this experience with a few testimonies which resonated with each other, so to speak, that confirmed each other, that there was a firefight actually relating to one of the extraterrestrials in captivity, right?
Yes, that concerns events at Dulce, New Mexico.
Yeah, there was Dulce, yes.
Yeah, a number of whistleblowers pointed out the firefight that occurred and the casualties and the kind of level of distrust between certain extraterrestrial groups and security forces in the US, and I think yes, I would say that when it comes to extraterrestrial motivations, that my research has shown that they span the spectrum. We have those that are completely benevolent and peace-loving and who would make wonderful friends and mentors, and then we have those that are kind of like very untrustworthy, very manipulative, and really want to basically conquer us or master us behind the scenes. And we have kind of like everything in between.
And do we know a little bit of that, how that came about? I mean, in the multidimensional world, is it all duality as on life on Earth as well, or is it really a planetary thing that some are really all about peace and love, so to speak, and the other one are more related to war and conquering? Do we know anything about this division on a galactic scale?
Well, you know, I think theoretically we can say that, well, the universe is kind of holographic. It's a holographic universe where you have the macro reflecting the micro. So, you know, as above, so below, that whole hermeneutic principle that, you know, what is happening at a microscopic level is reflected in larger events at a macro event. So, you know, some people use different terms for this, you know, global scaling, kind of the holographic universe. But I think essentially, you know, what we see with the extraterrestrials visiting our planet is that in a very real way, they reflect the kind of same range of motivations and activities that we find on planet Earth, that range, of course, from completely benevolent, peace-loving to kind of very manipulative and aggressive. And I don't think it's an accident that the extraterrestrials that, you know, secret government, military, corporate institutions have been dealing with prove themselves to be kind of unreliable and and aggressive, because this is exactly, you know, the nature of those governmental, corporate, military entities. That's the way they are, so they would attract into their kind of environment extraterrestrials reflecting that kind of mindset. And when we talk with a lot of those, you know, contactees or experiencers, many of those cases really are with extraterrestrials who are peace-loving, altruistic, and very humanitarian, because that reflects the consciousness of people at an individual level.
And of course, we also have all these individual differences in humanity on one planet only already, so maybe that's also a reflection of how diverse life can be. Okay, we're going to take a little break with some music. The music which is ready is from Benoit Stanek, and the appropriate title is a superhero. Maybe we need a superhero to solve this, or maybe we need each other as mankind. But anyway, here is as a little break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Benoit Stanek, and the track is called Superhero.
Time to go to school, time to go to bed, time to take the bus and time to have a break, having a normal life. Some tasks I gotta make, so I laugh when I could, try to meet some friends, listen to teachers when I should, sometimes give a little hand. A silent witness in a white world turning black. Turning black, turning black, turning black. And tell me that I'm a superstar. Tell me I'm gonna save a word playing on my guitar. Tell me birds can fly and so can I. Tell me that I'm a superhero. Don't let me understand that I'm Daniel. Tell me that I'm gonna change it all. It's time to get a job, cross a box on a sheet, work all day as an engineer, looking for the love I need. Guitar sold on a heap. I gotta earn more than enough to survive. Become selfish. Look how high we have. I'm losing my dreams. Shattered dreams. Shattered dreams. They are shattered dreams. Shattered dreams. And tell me that I'm a superstar. Tell me I'm gonna save a word playing on my guitar. Tell me birds can fly and so can I. And tell me that I'm a superhero. Don't let me understand that I'm Danny, tell me